everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Legend of the Three Kingdoms. Yes, this is my custom D&D campaign set in my screwed up, messed up, custom D&D world, and the people below you are the people that were crazy enough to let me have control over whether the characters live or die. That being said, this week we may have more along the dying route than the living route, because there is a massive gargantuan dragon in front of the party who's sitting on a pile of bones. So that's totally okay and fine, and I'm sure everyone will be perfectly healthy after all is said and done. So, with that, maybe we should just kind of jump back into the recap. After the vanquishing of a vampire and meeting a blast from Valis past, the party agreed to go to the Blood Capital to meet with the Blood Council, the ruling council of Sanguinius. They sent an official invitation for the party to come and be and give the information that they had learned about these strange rifts that keep appearing all over the continent. It's seeming to be on their way down there. They got to the border between Sanguinius and Fenrish, where someone had apparently could come there with a pretty significant force to ensure that the party would not make it to the Blood Capital. They were able to escape it and get to the Sanguinius border, which was closed shortly after they arrived on the other side. Something that has not happened in hundreds of years. Immediately deciding that the roads were not safe, the party and their escort, Leopold and his team of mercenaries, decided to again continue cross-country towards the Blood Capital. Argenta discovered that the mercenaries may have more connections to her past than she would like, and started slightly searching for information that might give her the ability to find closure in her own story. But all of that was cut short when Liliane had a very strange and violent nightmare at the same time that Argenta felt another one of these tears in reality had formed. The party decided it was in their best interest to search and to discover what this one was about, despite protests from Leopold, who reluctantly agreed to go with them, but insisted his mercenaries go first. This turned out to be the best thing that could have happened to them, because as they got closer to this rift, the rift itself was strange. The sky was darkened and blackened with this strange cover of darkness that seemed to emanate from everywhere and nothing at the same time. The rift they found was much larger than the ones that they had seen previously. Large enough for more than just a single medium creature to somewhat crawl through. This one was easily 15 feet in diameter and at least as high, if not taller, and they could actually see through it to this strange, unending dark sea. And as they stared at it for a little bit, suddenly they heard the sounds of a massive creature on the other side. The mercenaries moved forward to investigate and were incinerated by this deep, dark, purple flame that instantly vaporized them. And through this rift, this massive, gargantuan dragon dripping with this strange purple ichor came through, let out a mighty roar, and that's where we ended. So, as you all sit there, coming to terms with what you've just seen, the entirety of the mercenary guard that was supposed to be protecting you on your way down to the blood capital is no more. Massive portions of their form simply don't exist. A few of them were reduced to charred bones and piles of ash. So there are some faint traces that at one point actual living creatures were there. But beyond that, they're gone. As you stand there trying to process everything, you start feeling the familiar feeling of rain coming down. But this is no ordinary rain. As it touches your skin, it doesn't feel right. It feels wet, like rain should, but as you touch it, it's incredibly slick. And it leaves a slight film anywhere it touches. As you rub it in your fingers, you can't really see it that well in the low light conditions, but it's not clear like water should be. It has this very dark, almost maroon color to it, and it sticks to anything it touches. Some of you start to think that perhaps this is blood, but even that, it's not the right consistency. It doesn't smell like it. No, this is some sort of viscous liquid you've never encountered before, and now it is raining on you from the heavens, coating the ground in it. As you try to come to terms with what you're seeing, in front of you, the dragon lets out another deep, guttural roar that seems to shake the very fabric of reality. And for the audience at home, this is what they're seeing. What I'd like everyone to do is the southern border of the map. Go ahead and put your minis anywhere within 4 squares of the southern edge of the map. I'm going to just turn down the dragon sounds for just a second here. To kind of explain the map a little bit, this is death. No, that's the dragon. Behind it, this is the actual portal. These large, like boulder things, are a good 15 to 20 feet high. They provide full cover and block line of sight if you are standing within 5 feet of any of the edges to anything on the opposite side. These smaller kind of boulder things range in height anywhere between about 4 to 6 feet high. They will provide half cover if you have them between you and the target you're dealing with, and if you are prone, will block line of sight. Beyond that, how's everyone feeling now?
Good. I put myself in the very farthest corner.
That's another thing. You don't want to forget your friend Leopold, who, as all of this happens, you see his face go from the kind of neutral expression he's had constantly, even of Vala when you've been speaking with him and he's gotten a little bit emotional. His face, his expression very rarely changes, and when it does, it's very, very minor. Now, though, his face has changed completely. His incredibly dark ebony skin has grown a few shades a little lighter, as even his very limited amount of blood in his body, being a vampire, has started to drain. He pulls his sword out, readies his shield. And where are you on here, Vala?
I am
there. Oh, good.
kind of in the middle of the group.
It's exactly where he wants to. He steps between you and this massive creature. And you see him kind of prepare himself as he says over his shoulder, "Stay near me as much as you can. A shadow dragon is nothing to underestimate." He then says louder, "You creature of darkness, I serve the light, and you will not stop us." And he slams his sword on his shield, where it has his family crest on there, and you see the sigil of the guiding beacon illuminate as you all feel this kind of wave of comfort kind of wash over you. And I would like for everybody to roll for initiative.
I'm assuming everyone but me, since I put myself in a corner.
Yeah, you think that wave of just like warmth and love only extends about to 10 feet away from Leopold. For some mysterious reason that nobody could possibly know. I would say at this point, Leopold is definitely being very much a pal of you guys. So.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah.
Oh, wait till you find out what kind of paladin he is.
Allah will remember that.
All right, I should probably get my dice out so I can roll, because you guys are going to want your friend doing things. Just realized I need his character sheet.
He's secretly a Tarrasque, just tell me that, right?
Yeah, totally. totally created a Tarrasque character in D&D Beyond.
I want to know that homebrew.
She didn't know you. Lillian, what do you got?
22.
All right, Vala.
19.
Not bad. Commander.
27.
So you'll be going a little last.
Okay.
Argenta.
16.
Not bad. And then the nameless.
20, not natural.
Not bad. And then the final piece of this puzzle.
Big bad guy.
Yeah. He doesn't have a massive dex bonus. I'm surprised. Right.
Is that Leopold that's not very dexty, or
Well, he doesn't have a massive dex bonus. But no. Oh, I was looking at the wrong. Oh, ha! It's even funnier.
Uh-oh.
The dragon has a 10 dex. So, which I find interesting. He's got high CISA scores in other things, so it doesn't really matter. But that means the first person that gets a chance to act is going to be Commander. Now, but very quickly, just so you all are aware, and so I don't have to worry about forgetting. Leopold is a paladin, and due to that has other things he can or things that just happen because he's a paladin. As long as you're within 10 feet of him, you're immune to fear. You add his charisma modifiers to your saving throws. Which is a +2 to all of your saving throws. And he just cast a spell as well that has a where are you, spell? I know you're a spell. I could put you on here. There we go. Radius, 30-foot radius. So as long as you're within 60 feet, you are also, or 30 feet of him, you are also in this spell that I don't think any of you have access to. So you don't actually know what it does. But yes. So now that that's done, he is emanating multiple fields. With that being done, Commander, you're up.
Okay. First, I would like to poop my pants.
You can do that as a free action.
Well, that's done. Cool. I'm just gonna take 3 shots. I'm gonna take 2 shots, just normal at it. And yeah, I was gonna take 2 shots first. See what happens. First is a 13.
Yeah, as you sit there and aim for fury at the dragon, you hit him square right between the eyes, and nothing. It's just ching.
Cool. Get some of that for later. The second one, I just don't think hit either. It's a 19.
Again, as you fire, this time it reflects off of one of his scales near a shoulder, but seems to not penetrate his very thick scales.
Okay. Huh.
You said in a 19, right?
Yes, 19. Last one. I'll do it just just to see if I can do anything. I'm gonna burn a grit and try and do a dazing shot on him.
You have the 3 attacks.
Oh wait, sorry.
That's that. Don't think you get that for another level from fighter. Unless there's a gunslinger ability I'm not familiar with that gives you a third attack.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. I was thinking of I was doing my action search already, but I'm not doing that, so I'm holding that. So I'm
Okay.
done.
No, perfectly okay. So you guys watch his. Did you want to move at all? By the way, or are you good where you are?
Oh, I don't like being in this cluster.
Now you know I picked
Clustered?
a corner.
Dragons don't have the ability to attack people in clusters, so you should
Yeah.
be fine.
Now I'm just gonna move here behind this boulder.
Okay. Good, cool. That ends. This is your turn. That brings us to Lillian.
I will. I will pull out my sword and activate my radiant and I'll take cover as well.
Right, so you guys watch as Lillian pulls out her long sword, and as she does, she slices her hand and enough for the blood to start pouring over it. It erupts in this brilliant white light, and she moves to get behind the boulder to prevent her, hopefully, from getting hit by something. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
No.
All right. Next up is going to be Nameless. All by his lonesome.
So I'm gonna move first off, but when I get to about right here,
Mm-hmm.
how deep does the water look? If that is water.
It's that same viscous liquid that's raining on you right now. So it's not entirely water, but it has the same properties. And in general, it's going to be like between 2 and 3.5 feet deep, depending on where you are. So
Okay.
any water that's wider than a single square will count as a difficult terrain. But beyond that,
Okay. So this one that, just for an example, that I'm in right here doesn't count as difficult.
Nope. That would just
Okay.
be you going through like knee deep water.
I will go to right there, and on my way, could I see him as I'm running up to the dragon as I'm running to the rock?
If you take a detour slightly, yes.
Okay.
So and you have more than enough movement to get to where you are. So we'll just say yeah. You lean
Okay,
out a little bit so you can see on your way there.
Then I will. Why not? I'll try and let's see. It says creature. Okay, so I'm gonna try and cast polymorph on this dragon.
Okay. What's the save for that?
It is a where is it? Spell listed long.
It's either wisdom or charisma.
It's wisdom.
Is it wisdom?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. It's 17.
Well, he got a 20 to 2.
Worth a try.
So as you sit there and you start conjuring this magical force, you extend it to the creature, and it just looks at you and kind of snarls, and you watch as parts of it start shifting, and it just kind of shakes its massive head, wagon-sized head, and the spell just fizzles out.
And you said behind there, we can't see each other, correct? This big rock.
Yeah, the rock itself is, like I said, about 15 to 20 feet high. So.
Okay, then I'll just stay right there and end my turn.
All right. We're gonna go to Vala.
Okay, well, I'm gonna look around at the people that just abandoned me.
But
And be like-
Leopold hasn't.
And be like, well, fuck them, I guess. And I will cast Heroism at 3rd level.
Ooh.
And I will cast it on myself,
Mhm.
Leopold, and Argenta.
Very quickly. Remind me what it does. I know it. You can't be scared, but there's other
Yes.
things it does too.
A willing creature you touch is imbued with bravery. Until the spell ends, the creature is immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to your spell casting ability modifier at the start of each of their turns. When the spell ends, the target loses any remaining temporary hit points. When you cast it at above 2nd level, you get to cast it on 1 extra person for each spell slot above 1st.
Very good. Cool.
So, concentration up to 1 minute.
And what's your charisma modifier?
My charisma modifier is 5.
I'm sorry. What was the 10 hit points? Is 5?
5 at the start of every turn.
Cool.
Because I am charismatic as AF.
Yeah. Not bad. Did you want to move at all, or no?
I am. Yes, I'm gonna
I was about
move.
to say, you do have
Here.
your big, beefy vampire in front of you.
Yeah. I'm just trying to space out a little bit, and I'm gonna hide next to this rock.
Gotcha. Right. Go ahead.
Sorry. I would also like to use my bonus action to inspire Argenta by saying, I don't know if we need to pay that dragon or not for wiping out those guys. But hey,
Who knows? Maybe he's just very anti-mercenary. You don't know. Or her. You guys haven't actually seen, the bits. So it could be either one. Argenta.
Hey, okay.
What would you like to do?
Well, first I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 30,
Yes, I should
35.
Probably let these people
40.
see where you're moving to.
So I actually move towards the dragon. Oh.
Which is a great idea. I think not enough
yeah.
people to try the direct approach. The other nice thing is you are not in a straight line with really anyone else right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna rage and pull out my short bow and take 2 shots. 'Cause why not?
Okay.
That's gonna be a. What is my proficiency modifier again? 4. Okay, so a 19 and a 24.
Okay. So your first shot is you fire this bow off. It hits one of the thick dragon scales and just shatters, going off in multiple pieces. The second one, though, you see where the scales are, and you aim for right in between them. You take a shot, and pow! You're able to hit it. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, not gonna be a lot. 7.
Hey, it's damage. So you see the creature kind of go, "Rrr!" Like someone has just startled it, and it just zeroes in on you. You see little bits of this deep maroon purple flame coming out of its nose.
That's my turn.
All right. We are going to. It's Leopold time. And seeing as. Yeah, seeing as you are not in the most perfect position where you are, he moves up. Is there other useful things? I do not know his character sheet at all. Are there other useful things he has? Oh, yes, of course. As he moves forward, good, it's far enough. As he moves forward, he kind of concentrates on the dragon, and you watch his eyes kind of burst into this pink flame as he points his sword at the creature, and this flame leaps off of it and explodes near the dragon, who gets a nat 1.
Oh boy.
And is not going to waste a legendary resistance on that to be not after a polymorph. And you watch as these pink-purple flames dance around. Surprisingly enough, with advantage, you guys are going to have issues, and this is an arrogant dragon, so he doesn't care about fairy fire. You watch as these pink flames dance around the creature, and he only has 3 legendary resistances, and you have a lot of spellcasters. And then Leopold just brings his shield back up. Cool. So that's a him. I think it's the. Oh no! Yeah, it's the dragon's turn because they don't exist. Well, this will be for fun. The massive dragon that I can't select right now. Oh, I know why. I put it in the wrong layer.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were gonna plop this token or move it, or if that was a movable object.
Oh, it was. I just completely forgot that I put it in the same layer as the map. It flaps its massive wings, takes to the air, and shifts over here, straddling these rocks without even worrying. There, snap it to the grid. And it lets forth this massive line of fire at you and Leopold. So yeah, we're gonna go. I need a dex save from the both of you.
Okay. And I get Leopold's aura, right?
Yes, he specifically moved to be within 10 feet of you, so. I should probably make a. I should probably roll Leopold's roll.
Uh, 20.
Not enough.
Damn.
Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah, you have your inspiration. Leopold saves.
Sorry, it's these allergies.
Yeah.
22?
That is high enough. So you watch as Leopold turns and takes the blast on his shield. And you both take 28 fire damage. or you would. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't. Oh no, he can. Okay, cool. So as the fire comes and he takes it on his shield, you see the flames start kind of licking your body, and then you watch as the heat from it start and the pain coming from it just start to fade, and you watch as the flames are kind of absorbed into Leopold, who takes the entire brunt of it.
Like he's cheating on you, Valor.
I don't know how I feel about this.
So you technically take this as 0 damage from the attack.
Okay.
And technically, I think both of them had an extra 5 hit points
Oh yeah, don't
at the
forget.
start of that.
Argenta still has her 10 hit points. What's his Leopold's not quite so much. With that, even with my 3 monitors, I'm still switching between screens. That ends the dragon. Brings us back up to the top. Commander, your dragon friend is closer now.
I noticed
What would you
that.
like to do?
Okay. How tall are these back here?
Only
These rocks?
between about 4 and 6 feet.
Okay, never mind.
So they will
hold on.
provide you with half cover.
Okay. I'm gonna peek around this side of the thing.
We can
And
say
you said
if you're-
fairy fire is on?
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
But we can say if you're peeking around like if you're at a corner of one of these really big ones, you effectively have the 3/4 cover against anything. And if you're actually behind it where you can't see anything around it, you would have a full cover. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to take shots at it again. This time I'm going to burn a grit
So
for the first shot.
This time, you're not throwing away your shot.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, I saw
Sorry.
it for the first time. I'm slightly obsessed.
Only slightly?
The deep dive that I've done into that musical, like, fun fact, did you know Aaron Burr only moves in just straight lines in the
Yes.
show, whereas Hamilton only moves in arcs, because Aaron Burr only sees one solution to any problem, whereas Hamilton sees all the solutions. Like, that is the kind of theater, like, nerdy shit that I live for. Like, I had movement training when I was in college the first time. Like, it's cool.
Yeah, you're not obsessed at all.
No, not in the least. So anyway, go ahead and take your shot.
Okay. Again. I'm going to burn a crit for a dazing shot.
Okay.
And with advantage.
Go for it.
Wait, what do I add to that again? I forgot the number. Okay. 22 for the first one.
22 does hit.
Okay.
Is there a roll that?
There is a con save.
Oh, good. Dragons are known to have horrible constitution.
Yeah, I don't know.
That is a 27.
Fails? No, he passes.
My my spell save DC is fair for 42. Don't forget to roll damage on your shot.
I did.
Okay.
It was 8 total, so it gets 4. Or because these are just standard bullets, no silver, no nothing else.
This dragon is not resistant to that kind of damage that you are aware of, so don't worry about
Okay.
halving it. At least not according to this stat block I have.
All right.
Though I may be forgetting, because shadow dragons are weird because they're two different stat blocks. But it's a big enough dragon, we don't have to worry about that. All right. So you sit there, you fire your first shot, you get in between two scales, you see a little bit of blood come out as it finds itself.
Doing it again, same thing.
Go for it.
So close. Thankfully, good this for advantage. So it's 19 plus 30 to hit,
And then another hit, go and roll damage.
and another con save on his part.
Okay. That's going to be 17.
That is it. That's the DC. Okay. That was 11 damage though.
Okay, that's just still good. So you unload two shots from Fury, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Into him. The barrel's now empty. The dragon's still looking very, very upset as you guys are now getting past its very thick hide.
I think I was just gonna stay here.
Cool. That's gonna bring us to Lillian.
Let's see. Well, I will move out to the dragon,
Okay.
and I will use my bonus action to use my blood to both balance.
I missed a little of that. What did you say?
I will use my bonus action to
Okay.
both him.
Oh, okay.
And then I will attack.
Okay. Is that a blood hunter thing? What's the mark from?
My blood balance.
Oh, okay, yeah. Cool. And are you going to intensify it or just the mouth?
I'll just use the ball.
Okay, cool. And what does the mark do?
Until my shoes all white, they make it double.
Oh, very cool. And will it only last for future? I'm just, if it's going to stay on there for a while, I'm going to put something to remind me.
No, it just my shoes.
Cool.
And I'm assuming I missed with 15.
Have advantage.
Yes, but for Fairy Fire, did you roll with it the advantage?
15 again.
Yes, you could come up and as you just strike it, just ting! Reflected off the thick scales.
Now I will take my second attack. And that will be a 25.
25 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
So, that will be 25, 22 meters radius of fire.
Gotcha. All right. So the first time you just kind of reflect it off, you come back and just kind of plunge the longsword into it. This brilliant flash of light comes out, and you hear the creature kind of yelp in pain as you pull the blade out, and it's already slightly cauterized the wound. It is not happy with you. Are you doing anything else?
If a movie gets that opportunity,
Theoretically possible. It is a dragon.
I would stay around.
All right. After being attacked in the hindquarters by Lillian, you watch as this massive tail comes rushing towards you. Does a 27 hit you?
Yeah.
It's 17 bludgeoning damage as it slams into you, taking you off your feet for a second as you kind of scramble back up. Cool. That brings us to Nameless. Want to do something cool?
I'm gonna hope. So I'm gonna just, because I'm gonna go right back to where I am. I'm just gonna move enough to see the dragon and try polymorph again, but this time I'm gonna burn 3 sorcery points to give it disadvantage on the save with heightened spell.
Cool. I like a heightened spell. Don't think enough sorcerers to take it. What's the DC?
17 wisdom.
17 wisdom. Well, it rolls a to 12. So you sit there, and as you're concentrating on it, you start to see it break concentration for a second, and it starts to transform. And then it just kind of winks at you and doesn't, as the spell fizzles away. As one legendary resistance goes away, and you guys realize that now I didn't care about fairy fire.
2 more to go.
Anything else you want to do?
Make sure my shorts are clean. But other than that, I'm good.
Maybe start looking for property in your new summer home here.
Yeah, there's a lovely view through that portal, I'm sure.
Vala, what do you want to do? You may be muted.
I am. Dumb question.
Dumb answers, sir.
Does Vala know if dragons are fireproof?
Dragons have not. Well, remind me. You were born in Sanguinius, right?
Yes.
Did you spend a lot of time in Fenris or no?
No.
Okay.
I don't think I've left Sanguinius.
Then I'm gonna have you go ahead and roll me a history check to see what you remember.
Sweet.
Dragons themselves have not been seen in the Three Kingdoms since before the Kale Isles was cut off.
So that's a 10.
You know, some dragons are immune to fire.
Well, there's only one way to find out, right?
Sure.
I'm gonna cast Firebolt.
All right. So you sit there concentrating. You extend your arm, and this bolt of fire flies out. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
You have advantage.
Oh, thank God. Gonna use a different dice because I don't want that one.
And you set your entire party on fire. This is so weird.
So, yes, I am distracted by by the light gleaming off of Leopold's shield, and I
will point out Leopold's shield, totally different direction than the dragon, but yeah, sure.
yeah, 17.
Yeah, as it goes, it's just reflected off the scales. Doesn't even scorch them. It just didn't seem to even hit an area it could do damage in.
Okay. Okay. That will be my turn.
All right. That will bring us to Argenta. Your dragon friend has moved.
It has 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I can't quite reach it. Sad enough.
You're really close, though.
Yeah. I will mark it with Planar Warrior as my bonus action.
Okay. So as you sit there, you notice something kind of strange. As you've marked creatures before with Planar Warrior, they kind of just exist in your mind as this just fixed point in 3D space. But as you mark this one, not only can you kind of see it, but the mark itself just seems to kind of penetrate the creature down to its very core. Normally you kind of have like a more like an outline of the creature in your head. Now like you can see the heart of this creature in your mind's eye.
And with that, I will keep shooting with my short bow because I'm still out of range.
Hey, good, go for it.
Alright, the first shot is a... Thank God for advantage, 25.
Yeah, that hits.
And just the second one, 13, 7.
So second one misses, but the first one hits. Go ahead and roll damage for it.
That's going to be 12 force damage.
You said 12?
Yeah.
All right. As the arrow goes in and there's this flash of planar energy, again, it kind of yowls in surprise and is really getting pissed off at the two of you.
Friendly reminder, another 5 temporary hit points.
Alright. Reset.
Just remember to temporary hit points do not stack. So
yeah, I know.
Refresh, but
it's a buffer. It keeps me alive.
5 hit points is 5 hit points. All right. That brings us to Leopold, who is really not happy right now. He just took a crap ton of damage. And he is... Yeah, he realizes he probably needs to survive this. So he's going to pump. You watch him as he takes his sword and holds it to his breastplate, and this light kind of comes from his hands, and you watch some of the burns and things that he just took start to slowly close themselves, and then he's going to go, he really needs a higher movement speed, damn it.
Poor Leopold.
And he just, goes up next to you going, hey, buddy, what's this up? And that is Leopold's turn as he tries not to die.
Stop getting in straight lines.
A noble goal.
Well, there's that whole thing of, recharge. As that happens, the tail swings around again and does a too many screens. Does a 24 hit your armor class Argenta?
Yes.
You take 17 bludgeoning damage. The tail swings around and smacks into you.
Halves, would that be 8 or 9?
Say that again?
Halves, would that be 8 or 9? Round up or down?
Always rounded down when having.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot. Barbarian bastard. Cool, and I have to remember to use the legendary actions because I keep forgetting. That ends that. It is the dragon's turn, and I need everyone but Argenta to make me a wisdom save, as the dragon just lets out this unearthly howl.
Is this for fear?
Yes.
So I don't need to make it either.
Aha, so you're fine.
Heroism, baby.
I believe
If
Leopold doesn't
Leopold
either.
could have gotten closer. You are literally 5 feet out to the side of his aura, Commander.
So I'm not going to use my inspiration from last session because with a -2, I don't think it'll matter.
Maybe. So let's just start with Lillian. What'd you get?
That would be 2.
2? You are frightened. Commander?
20, not natural.
You are good and are immune to that for 24 hours. And then who is it? Nameless.
Well, it's less than a 1, but higher than -1.
can't believe you can roll 0.
Frightened. Which, if anyone needs a refresher, you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight, and you can't willingly move closer to the source of your fear, which is this massive dragon. So it does that, and then it's going to go to... Yeah, it's going to go for Leopold, because he's making people not afraid. Even though the one person he protected already had protection from fear. So that turns into a 25, which does hit.
I would like to attempt to use cutting words on that.
Go for it.
Um,
Leopold has an armor class of 21, so there's a very good chance you can do this.
what do you call a dragon with no silver? A darn.
That was bad.
That
That was a periodic joke.
I love that so much.
The dice agreed with you. I rolled a 1.
So
As you
the
should
dragon
have.
ignores you as it comes down and just chomps onto Leopold, dealing 19 damage.
Oh,
He's less than thrilled about that. But then the claws come out, quite literally, and 2 claw attacks against Argenta, because she's not
Alright.
taking enough damage. 20 to the first one,
That hit.
and 29 to the second one.
Yeah, that hit.
So that's 15 slashing damage to twice.
So I take 15.
Yeah, just 15.
Okay.
Or theoretically, since each one is halved and you round down, it'd be 14.
Alright.
Yeah. Then it's gonna chill for a second here. As we go back to Commander.
All right. Reload first on first of attack.
Okay.
Because is Fairy Fire still up?
It is, but you are also feared, so you're flat.
No, you said I saved.
Ignore what I'm saying. You rolled high enough, so.
Okay.
Yes, Fairy Fire lasts for like, I don't believe it's concentration, is it?
I think Ed's concentration. Yeah.
Oh, then I need to roll a couple times for Leopold. Yeah, Fairy Fire's gone, folks.
Okay.
Forgot it's concentration.
All right then. That changes a lot.
It was a good cool ability.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to. So first was reload, and then second attack, just straight attack. 20, not natural.
20 does hit, just barely.
Okay. That is 15 damage.
All right.
And
Remember to. Nope.
yeah, why not? I'll go ahead and burn my action surge.
Okay.
Where is it? Mark that off. 2 more attacks. First one is a 27. The second is a 20, not natural.
Both hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
10 on the first, 15 again on the second.
So is that 25?
Yes.
It is starting to not like you as much.
That's what scares me.
Is that good for you? Do you have something else you want to do?
I don't. Just out of curiosity, how big is this creature?
The creature itself, it's takes up a 20-foot by 20-foot square. Do I have? Does it actually tell me how large it is?
Medium.
Oh, it's it's gargantuan.
Yeah, I was calculating it in my head, but yeah, gargantuan.
That won't work. Okay, never mind. That's it.
As you do that, it unfurls its wings and beats them really hard against the ground. I need Argenta and Lillian and
Leopold.
Leopold to go ahead and make dex saves. Leopold got a nat to 20.
That's my boy. Oh God.
15, I don't think. No, 17, but I don't know if that's enough.
That's a failure.
Okay.
Lillian?
Hey,
So you guys both fail. You take 15 bludgeoning damage and are knocked prone. Leopold holds his shield up and takes the wind on his shield and is fine. And the dragon moves over here.
Okay. All right.
Oh, thank you. I was worried about my turn because I can't move closer, and that's how I was doing polymorph.
Argenta.
Yeah.
I would like you to make me a what's it? Perception check. There we go.
Perception?
Yes, perception.
Natural 20.
All right. You start noticing movement out of the corner of your eye, and you watch as the piles of bones that used to be your protectors some of them start getting up.
Good boy.
Thus far, it's only to 2, and instead of the full body of the creature, it's just this kind of shadowy approximation of the creature gets up.
Nice doing, you guys.
And that is after their initiative, so they don't do anything this turn. Let's head back to Commander. Your dragon friend is right next to you.
Yeah, I noticed. Wait. Hang on. Okay, I didn't realize it was already back to me.
Yeah, the dragon's at the bottom of initiative. So. Oh, wait, no. Sorry. That wasn't... Because you just attacked... It's not up to you again. It's actually...
Yeah, let's say.
It's actually Liliane. He just used a legendary action.
Yeah, like I figured.
So Liliane, you are currently prone.
Okay, I'll get up. And I'll move. Do I see the elevated body?
I'm going to assume that Argenta would have informed everyone.
Yeah, I would have said something on the ground.
Guys,
Oh,
we're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
I'll move for them. I can't move toward the dragon.
Yeah. Now remember, but because you're prone, you have to spend half your movement just standing up.
Oh,
So it doesn't really matter that you're afraid of the dragon. You can only move for 15 feet anyway.
so I was there. So it would be about the stone.
Right then.
And then what if I use my action to move? But
If you did a dash, you get your full movement for your dash. You just spent half your movement standing up, but you still had your full movement. It's just you spent half of it standing up. So a dash would give you the full 30 or 35, whatever it is for you.
so I'll just move a little bit. So I'll move closer then. So,
Okay.
and that will be my turn.
All right then. At the end of his turn, Vala, you see a massive dragon tail coming towards you. Does a 17 hit your armor class?
By that much.
All right. You take 17 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. So I then also need to make a Constitution check to see if heroism stays up.
Yeah, burst.
I'm guessing 14 is not enough. Or wait.
No, you
It's
only need a DC
I only need to beat
10.
Perfect.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with higher numbers until you get to more than to 20 damage in a single hit.
Perfect. Okay. Ow. That wasn't pleasant.
Well, nameless, you can answer The tail attack was this is something of your own.
I do have a question.
I have an answer. Let's see if they match.
If Vala is polymorphed, does she retain concentration on her spell?
I don't believe so.
That's what I was trying to find in the spell. It doesn't say anything about that. It just says they transform.
Well, theoretically, the thing that would remove concentration would be incapacitated. And if you're polymorphed, do you keep your intellectual stats when you're polymorphed, or do you become the creature?
No,
You
you
become.
become the creature.
Yeah, then no, you can't continue concentrating on a spell if it affects your brain.
Okay. So then I won't do that.
Shape shifting does not, like how druids can animal shape, or wild shape, I mean, because they keep their intellectual stuff. But if you lose that, you lose the concentration.
Well, I don't know. What's more important?
Unless the creature you polymorph also has the ability to cast spells.
Well,
Like if you polymorphed a dragon that had
Yeah.
spell casting abilities, I might say okay for that.
yeah, just let me learn True Polymorph.
It's a
I guess-
super basic spell.
I think everybody knows that one, don't they?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you
I
didn't
will-
pick that at level 1.
I don't want to screw with Vala's spell. I will cast Tidal Wave towards the back of the dragon so that I don't hit them. So a Dex save.
Oh, okay. That is a 12. I'm doing super well with these dex saves on this dragon.
So then it's 20 bludgeoning damage, and the dragon is knocked prone.
Does it have a size requirement? I thought it was like large or smaller creatures.
It just says each creature in that area must make a Dex save. On a failed save, they take 48 bludgeoning and is knocked prone.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was kind of weird that I could knock a dragon prone with this. That's why I was reading it a bunch.
You like knee chopped it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
All
Getting
right,
it out.
so 20 damage, and it's knocked prone. Luckily, it's used all of its legendary actions. Cool. You're next on the chopping block, it looks like. You've just pissed off a dragon. Congratulations.
Let's see. Is this an attack roll or a saving throw? Range spell attack. I'll try it anyway. I'll use a sorcery point and bonus action Ray of Frost.
Okay.
I know it's disadvantage. Does a 20 hit?
Just barely.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll the damage.
11 cold, and his speed's reduced by 10.
That's interesting. Cool. All right. He's getting pissed at this point. Cool. That was you. So Vala.
You know what was fun?
Not
Fairy
having
fire.
a dragon next to you.
Fairy fire was fun.
Okay.
I am going to attempt to cast fairy fire on the dragon.
Well, he rolls a 16 because it's a dex save, right?
It is a dex save,
Okay.
and it needed to pass a 17.
All right. So again, you extend your hand, and these flames go out and cover the creature. It's large enough that you can cast it to where it only affects the dragon.
And then as my bonus action, how bad does Leopold look?
He don't look great. But he's at higher than half his hit points.
Okay.
Lay on hands helped a ton. So.
Really quick, Jody, do we repeat a save for the fear at the end of our turn?
Oh yes, at the end of your turns, you can repeat the fear save. So, Liliana and
What about Commander and Argenta?
uh,
I don't think Commander's taken any damage yet, have you?
No. No. Oh, not yet. About to though.
I'm in triple digit still.
Okay then.
yeah, but
I-
basically just screw the barbarian.
Oh no, I've taken so many hits. Still triple digits though.
Mm.
Okay then.
I will point out you would probably not be into triple digits had it not been for Leopold absorbing the entirety of the fire blast.
No, I wouldn't. That would have brought me into double digits immediately.
I would like to take this moment then while the dragon is prone, correct?
Yes, it is prone.
I would like to take this opportunity to hide behind this boulder.
How far away is that? It is.
I'm just walking around this boulder.
That's fine. As you go, it tries to take a bite out of you. Uh, 25 hits you?
That does hit me.
Oh, okay. That is... Oh, no, it can't use a bite. It hits you with its claws. You're not far enough away to get out of it. Or no, it's... Yeah, it's a claws. Sorry. That's 15 slashing damage. It just goes shing.
Okay, so good thing I got those temporary hit points back. And I
Need a concentration to check.
Yep, rolled a 12. And hey, why don't we cast Hellish Rebuke at second level then?
Okay.
A dexterity saving throw while prone.
Does that add a disadvantage to it?
I don't know. I'm just
I don't think it does. My
No.
thing will tell me. I have a prone.
Just
There we go.
disadvantage on attack rolls, and melee has advantage against it.
Yep. Okay. So no, it got a nat to 20.
It takes this is second level, so 3d10 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful.
Okay.
So
Go ahead and roll your damage.
that'll do, pig. That'll do. So 23 plus 5,
28.
28.
28, and then half of that. So
Okay.
14 fire damage.
So as the claws come and slash at you, your eyes burst into flames as you kind of look back at it, extend your hand, and this wreath of flames go out, which seem to not affect the dragon at all.
God damn it. It's immune to fire.
Yeah, it seems
Your worst
that
nightmare, by the
way.
way.
It's weird that you guys would meet a creature that's completely immune to fire.
I just collapsed on the ground, not knowing what to
It's like-
do.
I'm done. End of the campaign, folks. I didn't realize there were creatures that were immune to fire. We're gonna go to Argenta.
Alright, I stand up. I'm gonna move to here.
Okay.
See that it's prone, but it's also fairy fired, so I'm just gonna shoot at it because I can't reach it again.
You can walk up to it. I'm sure it wouldn't mind at all.
Well, my speed is halved because I was prone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's 2 shots. A 15, nothing, and a 24.
Cool. The 24 hits. Go and roll the damage.
Okay. 13 force.
All right.
And that'll be it.
All right. That brings us to Leopold, who is fine and is actually going to move here. And no, he's going to move. No, he'll stay here because that's best for him right now. And you're going to watch him tap his shield again, and another spell effect starts. This one, however, you guys watch as he kind of exudes this kind of bright light all around him. You watch as his sword starts to glow with this same light, and then Commander, you watch as Fury starts to glow with this same light. And Argenta, you watch as your bow and your other weapons start to glow with this light. And everyone within the 30 feet of him. And that's an action. Is that an action? Yep. So that's his turn.
Curious how far this dragon can move with all this reduced speed.
Yeah. It's gonna be so tough for this dragon to move around with its reduced speed. That ends his turn. Before he gets to go anywhere, though, these two shadow creatures could come up to Liliane. And Liliane, you would recognize a shadow when you saw it. They're both going to reach towards you and try to envelop you. First one's going to be a 13 to hit.
No.
Second one is a 14 because I'm rolling super well.
No.
All right. And at the end of their turn, two more rise. Then it's dragon time. I think everyone here is either immune to fear or already afraid. So we don't have to worry about the frightening presence. But he's going to take a big old bite out of Vala. Wow, that's super low. 16?
That is my AC. with my Shadow Mage armor up.
Cool. So that is 19 piercing damage as it chomps onto you.
Oh.
And it would have stood up at the beginning of its turn.
So 19 damage. That is painful.
It's gonna move forward just
and heroism is gone.
Okay. It's going to move forward just a little bit, and that is going to.
But wouldn't he already been gone because of fairy fire?
Oh yeah, fairy fire is concentration.
Oh. Okay, well
so
then.
Technically, concentration is what or fairy fire is what just disappeared.
Sorry.
Oh.
It happens. And yeah, it would be pissed off that you keep hitting it with fairy fire. So, yeah, two claw attacks against you.
Against me?
Yeah,
Little old me?
yeah. You keep casting spells at it, and it has a limited number of legendary resistances. So that's a 22, 23,
That hits.
and a 20.
That hits.
So 15 slashing damage to twice. As the dragon first bites you, and then kind of after letting you go, comes up and just shroom, shroom. Lets out another just unearthly howl. Yeah, that's the end of its turn. We're back up to Commander.
Well, I'm right here, so I will
Yeah.
draw the rapier.
Okay,
Oh,
which is glowing and also sparkly.
Okay, let's see what this does. Both attacks. First one is a 21. The second is a 20, not natural.
Both of those hit. Go ahead and roll damage. On each attack, you get an additional D4 radiant. She is at the third level spells.
First attack is 15 damage. The second attack is 14 damage.
Sorry, what was the damage to total?
29 total.
29 total. Damn, I cannot talk. All right. The dragon is just now starting to show a little bit of wear from the fight thus far. Yeah. Anything else you wanted to do?
No, because I'm scared of opportunity attacks. I'm going to stay here.
All right. With that, I need the deck saves from. You're just out to sight. Okay. From Argenta, or not Argenta, Commander, Vala, and Leopold. Too many numbers to keep track of.
I have only one number to keep track of.
So Leopold fails. How about Commander?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I fail.
Don't forget you guys add 2 to your results. Or Commander, you had 2.
Yeah.
Oh. Crap. What number did I roll? It was no, I think with that it's still too low. I think it was 15.
No, way too low.
That's what I thought.
And then Vala.
1.
Ouch.
All right, so everybody takes 15 bludgeoning damage and are knocked prone.
Oh.
Dragons don't like being thrown down, apparently.
Oh no! They're not happy at all when that happens. And with that, it's going to fly over here to be closer to his other friend.
Since I have a range weapon, can I get attack of opportunity?
Let me check. He may not provoke opportunity attacks.
I was a Hail Mary. I don't even think it's possible. I was just throwing it out there.
No, you could make an opportunity attack if you wanted. It would be, made with disadvantage because you're prone. But it has to be your rapier. You can't make opportunities with ranged weapons.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Oh, and I need to see if Crusader's Mantle still exists. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. So that ends that. How about Lillian? You have got so many new friends. Like they totally want to hug you.
I know.
Drain your strength.
I will put a hat in the thingy.
Okay.
I will do 13.
What was it you said at the 13?
Yeah.
That hits.
Oh.
And for these, this is specifically, I need to know the radiant damage. This is separate.
Okay. Are they dead?
They are.
Alright.
That's how you know they're a shadow.
Okay. Good. Right.
I have a feeling this thing's just gonna, like,
Yeah.
explode.
That would be 27 of it.
And how much of that was radiant?
7.
Okay. You could have killed it with a radiant damage alone, because they're vulnerable. So you bring your sword out with this bright light. You slash through the shadow, and it just evaporates. I didn't actually ask which one you wanted to kill, but I got rid of one of them.
Yeah. Wherever the other one now. That would be easy to hit.
Yeah, go ahead and roll the damage.
Okay. That would be 19.5.
Yeah, another one just gone.
So I still can't move closer to the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You can move laterally if you want.
yeah, so I will move right. Can I move right here?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. It is make it shape.
Yeah. Anything else you're doing?
The wisdom save.
Yeah, another wisdom save for the fear.
14.
No, not enough.
Alright.
All right. The dragon. First of all, after taking the damage, are you still conscious, Vala, or no?
I am.
Okay.
By all of 4 hit points. Thank God for heroism.
Oh, that means I totally forgot about heroism. He has more hit points than I thought. I keep forgetting he has that buffer.
Well, but it, yeah, had.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Leopold's been hit every turn, so it always goes down and then comes back. So he has extra hit points. Cool. That means, I need to know. Does a 26 hit your armor class nameless?
Twice my armor class and then some. 'Cause I don't have mage armor up.
All right, so you're going to take 17 bludgeoning damage as it swings its massive tail around and just beats you into the rock with it.
That's fun.
I thought so. Maybe next time you won't knock it prone. Or I can roll higher than a 3 on my D6 and start roasting you guys again.
I'm okay with you not doing that.
If its breath weapon was acid, I'd be more okay with that.
Yeah, it's not though. That's going to mean we go to Nameless. You're actually up now.
Well, I'm gonna spend 4 sorcery points and polymorph myself and Vala into T-Rexes. Twin spell. Sorry.
I was sitting there, so about, no, that works.
Now, because I'm assuming a new form, does that mean I'm still afraid? Ironically, the T-Rex has higher wisdom than me.
Well,
There's not much that wouldn't.
we have said that you lose concentration on a polymorph, so I would have a hard time suspecting a T-Rex to just being born into existence have fear against a dragon. So let's say the fear is gone.
Okay.
Just because you're large creatures now, we'll just turn you a little large.
Okay, so I can't make both attacks to the same creature, but I can do one. Let's do the one that hits harder, so I'm gonna...
Now, you used your action to cast the spell.
That's right. That's right. I will just stay where I am and try to be intimidating as my... Oh, I'm a blue T-Rex and Val is a red T-Rex. Because reasons. And then I'm just gonna...
Mark it on the there, so...
I like the random roaring. I like to think it's just us. I mean, T-Rex is roaring now.
Okay, cool. That's gonna bring us to Vala. You are now a T-Rex, which I'm assuming you don't have the stat block for that. You are muted.
I do have the stat block for that.
Gotcha. Cool.
D&D Beyond.
We are not sponsored by D&D Beyond, but would be happy to be sponsored them. Watch to see if you're listening. Let me know.
Oh God. I don't know what I want to do.
T-Rexes do. We bite.
Yeah, okay. I guess I will approach its tail, and I will.
Reach. T-Rexes have 10 feet reach.
Medium or smaller. Yeah, I'm gonna bite it, I guess. Okay. Sorry, I'm going to attempt poorly to bite it.
She really, like you go. What'd you get?
14.
14. Okay. So you go up and you just kind of like, "Rah!" But it kind of turns into
I'm like trying to grab a hold of the tail.
And it's just like, "Ah!" Anything else you want to do in your frustration?
There's nothing else I can do.
Right. That does kind of ruin Leopold's plan.
You didn't ask to be a T-Rex. I'm sorry.
Argenta. No, see, the thing is, Leopold can't heal Vala now because she's a full hit points.
I can't cast guiding bolt up the butt.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can reach it.
I can reach it.
I
can do it.
So I dropped.
Unfortunately, you are out of Crusader's mantle, though.
Okay. Drop the short bow.
Good.
Pull out my Frostbrand dagger, and I'm stabbing it twice recklessly.
Okay.
The first one is a 22.
That hits.
And the second one is a 26.
Both
Close.
hit.
Close to a crit, but not a crit.
Roll your damage.
Okay, so the first hit was 12, 13, 13, 18 force damage.
Right. Okay. Second one.
Second one is going to be 9 piercing, 2 cold. I don't know if that matters, but 11 cold.
No. Right. Does that end your turn?
Yeah, that'd be my whole turn.
All right. No, sorry. Oh, it's Leopold. He's gonna move here. What other badass paladin shit can he do?
Kill Dragon. It's a really good spell.
Oh, he's got a fancy sword. What does it do?
Where's the kill dragon button?
Oh, I forgot it can do this. He pulls his sword out and he comes and brings it down to try and attack the dragon. And he gets a nat 1 because he's awesome.
He has advantage because I'm there now, finally.
Oh, never mind. He it's a 6.
Oh, no.
Yeah, nowhere near enough. So he tries being a cool paladin and doing some. No. He's gonna try and attack again because paladins have extra attack. It's a 5.
No advantage.
Doesn't matter. I rolled two 5s. He's just gonna sit there like he's within 10 feet of 2 people. He's happy with that. Wow.
He just glares at the dragon.
Argenta,
Yeah.
does your ability work if we have reach, or do we have to be within 5 feet?
Let me pull up Barbarian.
All right. With that, Leopold ends his turn, and the shadows are going after Liliane.
Just so you know, I have to be within 5 feet, but as long as it's a melee attack, they'll have a bit.
Okay. Does a 9 hit your, or an 8 hit your armor class, Liliane?
No.
I was really worried about these shadows, like unbalancing the encounter, because they just are really, really bad creatures. But I can't roll higher than a 4. It's the dragon's turn now. The dragon's gonna do this. You watch it beat its wings. It gets up and flies over you guys. Yeah, and the beam is wide enough because she's huge now. I need, I think it's dex saves from all the three of you, the T-Rex and then the two Argenta and the Leo.
Okay, we all are in Leopold's aura.
Yes. So +2.
Do we get attack of
Excellent.
opportunity?
No, because he never. The dragon never actually left your. Who was it? Well, Leopold would. You wouldn't because he went from 5 feet in one direction to 5 feet in the other direction. He just went overhead. He leaped over you, literally.
Well, not I wouldn't, but I think the T-Rexes would. Right?
T-Rex would. You're right.
Would we have advantage on this because he was within 5 feet of Argenta?
Not on a saving throw.
No, I meant the opportunity.
Oh no,
attack.
I believe you have to be within 5 feet of Argenta to get it.
No, I have to be within 5 feet of the enemy. That's like my only condition. It says.
Oh, okay. Then, yes. The two T-Rexes would have opportunity and advantage.
Oh wow, I need D12s. What the heck?
I know. I'm gonna have to use a dice roll, or it's too many dice to roll. Natural, I'm assuming a natural 20 hits.
No, it does not. This fight may be changing a little bit.
37 piercing from me.
Okay.
Dig out more D12s now. Do I have more than one D12? That's a very good question.
That thing.
What do we got?
69.
What? Huh?
8 d12s plus 7. I got an 11, a 10, a 6, a 9, a 1. ...
So, I guess the question here is, how do you want to do this?
Ooh.
Oh god. I mean, this is up to Nameless, but I kind of want to do the, because we both went up and did it, right?
I'll give it to the crit, honestly.
I was gonna say, this is so wrong, but Lady and the Tramp style.
So, the dragon beats its massive wings. It tries to fly over to line up a really damaging attack. But no, I forgot there's two T-Rexes next to it. And you both just bite down. You get it at the base of the tail. Nameless gets it at the head. As you both kind of chomp off on it, you guys sink deep into its flesh. It writhes and screams in pain, and eventually goes silent. And both of you, just kind of giving into the instinct of the animal, just start nom 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 nom, and slowly make your way to each other until, how long does polymorph last?
I believe an hour.
Oh, then no, you guys have plenty of time to. You guys get there. Suddenly, some Italian dude just shows up and goes, "This is the night, the most beautiful night." You get rid of the music and the dragon sounds. That was an ancient dragon, guys.
Hey,
I think I can throw tougher stuff at you.
Hey, in fairness, it did almost kill me.
If I'd just done that tail attack against you instead of him, the dragon was trying to be tactical. So, as the corpse of the dragon hits the ground. The remaining shadows evaporate, seen as their summoner doesn't exist anymore. And you all kind of breathe a sigh of relief as the kind of greasy, oily liquid on you keeps raining down, and the massive portal. You can now see waves from the other side are getting large enough that some of the water from this other place will go over the bottom of the portal and just kind of rush into the area like waves on a beach.
Seeing as how a T-Rex cannot breathe on water in case we're about to be flooded, I'm gonna drop polymorph
Okay.
so I can breathe if it happens.
You both go back to your normal size.
In here, I took Hold Monster, waiting for it to blow its legendary resistances.
It's nice to know that I can be a little bit more rough with you guys. Leopold walks over to Vala and places a hand gingerly on her shoulder and gives you 15 hit points from Lay on Hands.
Okay. If I can cast a bonus action, if I could use a bonus action, I am going to use 4 of my healing lights.
Okay.
So, yeah, I have a pool of healing dice now.
If we're not in combat, I'm gonna go closer to Lillian so Lillian's not alone in case something comes out of the portal.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, she's not afraid anymore either. So.
Yeah.
Oops.
However, I will mention, if you ever have a paladin in the party again, if you walk into their aura and then walk out of it, your fear is gone.
Nice. So I healed another 16 points.
All right. Leopold goes over to and suspect it. You see him still in somewhat disbelief over the creature. He stabs his sword into it a little bit to make sure it's dead, and then cleans his blade off as well as he can.
I'll use prestidigitation to clean the rest of it off.
Okay. He kind of looks at it and he just, thank you. And he puts his sword away.
No. Thank you.
I kind of look at the blood that's frozen on my dagger and chip it off before putting the dagger away.
You do notice, no, you wouldn't, because Lillian's not close enough. No, never mind. You notice nothing.
I would like to go and get a souvenir, please.
Sure. What are you looking for?
A tooth.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a nature check.
Oh boy. That's kind of low. 10.
All right. As you go over to the mouth, and what are you using to harvest the tooth?
I don't have daggers, so I'll just use my rapier.
Okay. So you start kind of cutting into the flesh in the mouth to try and get this. There's a slight shudder of the creature itself, and the mouth closes violently on you.
Oh man.
Doing 19 piercing damage. As its final act of defiance is a bite attack.
I got damaged by a dead animal, man.
Yeah, it's kind of like snakes. They have that kind of reaction,
Yeah.
even if it's dead. So currently, the mouth is basically fused shut. Because
On me?
No, it.
Oh, okay.
It knocked you back as you got the bit.
Okay.
But the mouth itself is basically fused shut as the creature enters rigor mortis.
I'm just gonna pick up one of the scales that probably got shed off when the two T-Rexes chomped down.
Okay.
I would like to grab one as well.
All right. Anyone that wants to get parts from it, go ahead and just make me nature checks.
Sure.
I will say getting scales significantly less dangerous than going into the mouth.
Nature for me would be 15.
Okay. You're
15.
Okay, but between the two of you, you guys are able to harvest about half a dozen scales. The scales themselves, because it's such a massive dragon, the scales are like dinner plates.
Jeez.
How many animals are we going to turn into armor this campaign?
All right.
Yeah.
Do I get another roll, or is that kind of it for me? I want a tooth.
The tooth is beyond your grasp now. Just being able to chisel it out, unless you have like a pickaxe or something, you can't get it to tooth. And if you did use a pickaxe, you'd have about as equal an opportunity of shattering, destroying the tooth as harvesting it.
All right, let's get a scale then.
Okay. I'll have you roll in another nature check.
Oh, man. 15?
Yep. You're able to get two scales.
Sweet.
As you guys are there, the rain that's been coming down suddenly stops. And you kind of start looking around to see the sun start peeking through the clouds, and it never happens. It's still cold and damp and dark, and you still can't figure out why the light isn't coming in. So Sanguinius itself is kind of permanently overcast style area, like London, where there's just generally is a lot of cloud cover, but this is so much different. And looking up, you can see the regular sky and the regular clouds, but something about this area is just draining the light away.
And Argenta just kind of looks up and she's just like, wow, all the portals we've come across have been powered by some mechanism that drains blood. I just don't know where it is. And the other thing is that this portal felt unstable, and the last unstable portal that we closed rather violently.
Yes.
The stable ones just kind of disappeared.
I don't have dark vision, but do I see anything coming out of the portal being within like 30 feet of it?
We'll say everywhere around here is basically dim light. So it's not pitch black or anything like that. But looking around from 30 feet away, you can just see kind of what looks like an ocean on the other side of this portal. And you can see waves rising and falling, and every so often there'll be ones that are close enough to the portal that they spill over into the world a little bit. But beyond that, you'd have to get closer to the portal to see much other than just the movement of what looks like waves.
I'll move over.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
How
get.
close do you guys want to get?
I'll be right next to Lillian in case something happens.
Yeah, I'll see.
I'm just there in case I need to pull them back.
I'm just waiting for the inevitable saves.
Already lost one character to a portal. Might as well make it two, right?
So.
Yeah, I'll be about 10 feet away.
Okay. So as you guys.
Be my sword get be bright.
Okay. So as you guys get close and you kind of shine the light from your sword into it, you are somewhat taken aback by what you see. You seem to be suspended in the air, probably about 20 or 30 feet at least. As you kind of look down as far as you can from 10 feet away, you can see below you is this churning aggravated ocean of something you've never seen before. As you look out, you can see little bits of the light in the various places that move with the waves, indicating something generating the light onto the top of them. And as you look even further, you see in the distance this massive spire of rock that eventually transitions to carved stone with torches or some source of light going up steadily until there's a massive flat like dais type thing at the top. It's just so far away you're completely incapable of figuring out how tall this the thing is, but bare minimum you're looking at something that is hundreds if not thousands of feet tall.
Is anything about this place? Yeah, I mean, you know my condition, but does anything about this place feel familiar?
Not in the least. The whole area seems alien to you.
Do the radio seem like water? Do they seem like the waves?
Sorry, I was doing something else. What was your question?
Do the waves seem like they're made of water?
It's this is the same liquid that again because it's spilling in here. So it's the same liquid that was raining on you and fills these little channels and that. It's water-like, but there's something else to it that makes it viscous. The closest comparison you could make would be some kind of, like maybe rendered animal fats. But even then, that's kind of a strange comparison. But yeah, it's slick. It leaves a film on anything it touches, and it actually has a color. It's this deep kind of burgundy but purplish color. Leopold finally kind of moves forwards towards the rest of you and goes, "How do you close it? You've closed other portals. This cannot be left open."
We would have to find whatever's fueling it. And in our past experience, it's always been some sort of blood draining mechanism, and that's what we stopped the operation of.
You watch
Yeah.
as Leopold closes his eyes for a moment, and they snap back open. Everyone, get off of the bones now! Leave them.
Oh,
I will
dash.
just misty step back.
Yeah, I don't.
He turns to look at you. That ground is desecrated. And I should mention the everywhere where you see the bones is a slight hill that gets about, the center is about 6 feet higher than the sides.
Mm, Gotcha.
I bet it's a crater. Why do I have a feeling there's a vampire plugged into this thing?
Leopold kind of turns to you. What?
Each of the devices that we found has had people plugged into it. It was draining their blood to keep itself operating. In Fenrish, the last one we found, there was a werewolf that it was containing. That was allowing it to... I think the werewolf's abilities made it able to pull more energy out of it because of its healing factor.
15 connected to the plane of fire, the plane of water, the Feywild. Not sure exactly what this one is.
And now the Shadowfell.
Well, yeah. But at first, yeah.
We've been cut off from the homeland of my people for centuries. But this portal is in the wrong place.
What do you mean? What should it be?
There's a spire in the center of the Shadowfell. On the top of it, there is the portal in the Kale Isles connects to that spire. The entire complex is full of guardians who will watch over the portal.
Well, someone has found a way to create new portals.
It's not possible. You don't understand. That's not how.
I point to the portal.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, Leopold,
Yeah.
but
I,
evidence to the contrary.
yes, I have an ability to sense the portals. That's how I led you here. It's also why I kind of look at the force marks on the dragon. I don't understand it fully, but anyway, I get a feeling of these portals, and all the ones that have been forced open are rather unstable. They're more like tears than they are proper portals.
Then what's wrong or right with this one? It's not. I personally am not old enough to have experienced planar travels. But my sire had. He traveled to the Shadowfell and beyond many times. This looks as if he described it with a few differences, but this is mostly stable and has no anchor in the Shadowfell. I've heard of powerful spellcasters who could create temporary portals, but They require concentration, material components, powerful abilities. This simply exists.
It's
not right.
well, you're not wrong there.
No, you're not.
Hey, Jody,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
do I have any memory of coming through a portal, or was it just my memory starts when I was in the forest?
Your memory starts with you opening your eyes in the forest.
Okay.
Um,
Alright.
These rocks are like 20 feet tall, right?
The big ones, like that one, there.
Okay, I'm gonna try and climb to the top of it.
Okay. Make me an athletics check with disadvantage because it's still slick with that.
It's still disadvantaged because I am exhausted right now.
That too. Double disadvantage.
Hey,
Luckily,
Joey.
I,
I'm sorry.
luckily I have expertise, so that 9 turns into a 20.
Yeah, you get up there fine. Real quick, Commander.
I wanted to try and make my way back around the backside of
Sure.
this portal and just look at it and see if is it transparent through to the on the other side as well, or is there something behind it, like a backing to this portal?
Fantastic question. As you look from the other side, you just see an area of darkness.
So there's no like material that's, I guess, projecting this portal. It's just there.
Since you walked around the entire thing, the portal itself is paper thin. When you look at it from the side, it eventually disappears because it has no width. It is a purely two-dimensional object. When you go from the back, it's not that there's a back to it or anything like that. You simply can't see through this side of the portal, whereas the other one, it's like an open door.
So it's like a black hole from my side.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
From the top of that rock, I just want to look around and see if I see anything off, anything that might lead us to where it might be sourced from.
Sure. Make me a investigation check.
All right. Well, disadvantage. One was a natural 20, and the other one's a 17.
So what's the total?
17.
17. Oh, okay. Yeah, as you look around, you can see the thing that kind of catches you from the exploration you've been doing in wilderness is, despite the fact that the center where the portal is higher than everywhere else, the water seems to be flowing up hill.
Hey, Jody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cast See Invisibility. Do I see anything that they don't, perhaps?
Looking around, there's nothing that jumps out that you couldn't see without this spell. Or at least not within your sphere of vision.
Okay. I just walk around while I have it up for, I think, an hour.
Yeah. Just a quick walk around. There's nothing invisible that you're finding.
And if it matters, I rolled a 1 on the d20 for Wild Magic Surge, if you wanted. So I've been rolling every time I cast a spell, just in case.
You know what? Let's go for it. Wild Magic Surge it up.
All right.
Focusing on running other things, kind of forgot.
I've just been rolling it, and anytime if I rolled a 1, I would mention it. Oh, that's fun. So I'm invisible for the next minute.
So as you go to see invisible, and you don't even realize it because you can see yourself. But everyone else, you guys just watch as Nameless just soup blinks out of existence.
So the hilarious thing is, I
minute.
missed this because I went into my bag and I was like, you know what, Nameless did a really good job, and I'm gonna pull out my loot, and start looking for him. Like, I was gonna give this to him. Did he just... I'll put it back in my bag.
I'm only invisible for a minute, it says.
Okay. So while they're doing that, what else do you guys want to do?
Wait, you said it's flowing uphill.
Yes.
I just mentioned that the water is flowing uphill, but I'm not exactly sure what that means. Or I say
Again,
what?
Leopold kind of turns to you and goes, "That's not pasta," and he stops himself as he looks at the little river at the bottom of his feet, and it does have a current, and the current is running uphill. There's actually a little pool of water at the top of the hill where the water keeps splashing into it, and all the water in this area is going into that pool. But it doesn't seem to be going anywhere once it gets into that pool.
So I'm gonna, because I'm curious by nature and everything's new to me, I'm just gonna try a little bit of this water.
Sure.
I'm still invisible, so they don't know.
So by to try, you mean ingest?
Yes.
Excellent. No, that's there's nothing wrong with doing that.
Gotta play to the stats, people.
You take 20d6 poison damage to know it.
Oh, his reaction is priceless.
I have to look up something. Sorry.
Yeah, third character.
It'll be that bard I told you about.
I don't know if I can handle 2 bards.
What's wrong with bards?
Okay, as you consume this liquid, the first thing you notice about it is as soon as it hits your tongue as you're drinking it, your tongue feels slick, I guess is the best way to describe it. As you get it, the tongue just feels like extra slippery for something.
Like I just dipped my tongue in oil or something?
Kind of. It's slightly different experience. To give you a frame of reference, have you ever touched something that is so basic on the pH scale that is caustic?
Not sure.
Bleach?
Kind of. But bleach isn't technically basic enough to actually like burn you, unless it's hyper concentrated. But if you've ever touched, like if you've ever had acid on your skin, it itches at like low levels, and then the more acidic it is, it starts to burn. Basic liquids feel slick, like your skin feels really, really slick, and then they feel like fuzzy, and then they start to burn.
You mean like lime?
Yes, lime is hyper
okay.
basic.
Okay.
So that's kind of the experience you go through as you ingest it. First, your entire mouth just feels very kind of slick, which is weird, and then it starts feeling fuzzy, almost as if it's foaming, but it's not. And then it starts to get hotter and hotter, and it starts to burn, and your esophagus and your stomach start feeling very, very bad. And your stomach's first response is to expel it. So you go through the whole process again in reverse.
So do they just see like a fountain of puke, but no source.
Well, by the time, because it takes a few seconds for the body, or a few minutes normally, for the body to react to it. So you just, like, you drink it when you're invisible, you appear as you're spelling it. And even though you've spelled most of it, you are going to take some damage.
Does it go up the nose?
He's taking
It goes everywhere.
he's taking basic damage.
You're so basic, Nameless.
So you take 7 points of the damage, and your maximum hit points are lowered by 7 points. And you have the 3 levels of exhaustion.
Holy crap.
Oh god. I'll just like collapse to the ground and be like, don't drink the water.
Yeah. Intentionally ingesting it is bad. Like, if you get a little in your mouth, it will be unpleasant for you. But intentionally ingesting it, very, very bad.
I'm assuming it wasn't acid damage though, right?
Basic damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's technically basic damage, but it's the same property, so I'll say acid damage, yeah.
Because I do have I have resistance.
Sure, that's fine. If you were immune, I would make it another damage to teach you your little lesson, but no, resistance is fine. Go ahead and half it to 3.
Like sending a monster that's immune to fire.
It had to have some time.
Lucky. The other thing I was thinking about doing, and I should have, was it has 2 different breaths. It has a sleep breath.
Oh,
I can't be put to sleep.
By anything?
Magic can't put us to sleep.
Because theoretically, I don't believe it's technically considered magical. It's biological. It's a sleep breath. So if you can be put to sleep by like drow poison, because it's a con save. So
here's my thought. It's powered by blood, right? And it's running uphill, and this liquid's running uphill, and there's a hill of bones. I think the blood device is under the hill of bones, or in the hill of bones.
I think you're right. How do we? Who wants to go digging through the bones?
I can mold earth, but I cannot mold the bones.
But you could mold the earth underneath the bones.
That would just make them fall, and probably make the blood device fall.
Well, we want to stop anyways, so.
I can start using Mage Hand to move one bone at a time.
Oh boy. That won't take long at all.
2 years later.
Yeah.
Move one
Guys,
skeleton
I
worth.
found a shark tooth. Does anyone have a string?
I look at Leopold and I'm just like, what's the effect of desecrated ground?
As I'm flat on my back.
Desecrated ground can have a lot of different effects.
I would like to go over to Nameless and help him out.
Yeah, I'll labor it out well.
Oh, buddy, what did you do?
I was thirsty.
Oh, buddy. And I'll use prestidigitation to clean the vomit up.
He's like,
You do notice that some of the vomit gets cleaned up, but there are proportions of it that prestidigitation doesn't affect at all.
God damn it, I hate this place. My magic has no effect. Leopold worships the light. Up is down. I don't like
Left
this
is
place.
right.
Left is right. Wait a minute.
So
And
who,
you did fine with it. Anyway, at all.
Uh,
I think the word bad fits.
I think that's the only word Nameless would know, because there's nothing to describe it to.
This is a long shot, but I would like to attempt to think about the blood machines that we've seen in the past.
Mm-hmm.
In particular, the parts that inject into people. I want to focus on that
Okay.
and cast Locate Object to see if I can
Ooh.
sense any fixtures like that.
Interesting. Make me a spell attack roll with disadvantage.
No, this is going to go swimmingly.
Or you're trying to do something pretty hard, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Okay.
Fire yourself?
I mean, this isn't how this spell is supposed to work.
Right. No, I get it. 22.
Damn. So as you're sitting there focusing, trying to locate an object that kind of fits into what you're thinking, the spell itself doesn't latch on to an object. But as you're sitting there thinking, you suddenly just kind of get this flash in your mind of the entire Hill of Bones area, and you see basically a giant magic circle the size of this Hill of Bones, with, is it 7? God, I have to remember how this works. No, 5, with 5 points on the outside and a 6th in the middle. No, it would be 7. It'd be 6 points on the outside and a 7th in the middle. That each one of those points is what kind of sets off your spell.
Okay.
But there were no objects. There's just something about how you could cast the spell that caused that image to flash in your mind.
Okay. I will inform the others of what I've discovered.
so it's like a circle rather than a machine this time?
Something. I didn't get anything specific. I just saw a magical circle, roughly this big, with 6 points along the outside and 1 in the center. The only other thing I can think of, I can try to dispel magic. If I try to dispel magic on the circle, I don't know if that would work or not, but...
Hey, Argenta. Could you do me a favor and find a big rock and block one of these smaller channels with it? Like the one that we're standing right in front of, the smaller one towards the very pointing straight down.
Or you... Well,
I'm going to I'm going to try and use these 2 rock. This rock and try and block, I guess, either this or this.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
So as you do that, and you start blocking it, everything closer to the portal than the rocks. No, because there's 2 channels. You see the flow of water to change a bit. But because that particular area has 2 channels, any water that's lost from one not fulfilling it moves to is replaced by water from the other two channel.
Try it over here, Argenta.
Okay, this time I'm just gonna grab, because that one looks a little smaller, this rock, and I'm gonna try and carry it over and
Okay.
close off that one.
So with your pretty large amount of strength, it's not difficult for you to move this. Like that rock itself is probably at least 3 to 4 feet tall. Like it's a big rock, but you don't have too much of an issue moving it and placing it in. And what you guys see is this part right here eventually starts to lower up and dry up, and you can see basically just a little channel of bones that had fit together there, tight enough to be water tight. And you notice here that the water starts leaking out a little bit more, and creating. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Creating a larger pool down here that starts to get close enough to you that you have to step back. But after it gets about that big, it stops.
I'm just still laying, so because I don't see it coming. So I'm just laying there because I'm super exhausted.
I'll pull him back.
Yeah, I'll pull him back.
So it seems the water is actually coming from the pools, not the portal.
Knowing what has happened in the past,
Mhm.
I am going to take Nameless
Mhm.
and walk him 150 feet away from the portal.
Before Vala does that, seeing how there's more water, I'm just going to try destroy water. 30 up to 35 or 30-foot cube worth of water in that area. See what happens.
Again, as much as we're calling it water, it's not.
I'll just still cast it because I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, as you just sit there and try that, you do notice the grass and everything around it shrivels up. But the actual little liquid doesn't go anywhere.
So I'm just gonna move my guy like way over here since I'm really far back now.
I'll be like, okay, just sit here, and I'll pull my loot out and say, you did really good. And hand over my loot.
I just hold on to it and then just pass out because I'm so tired.
So his storyline to totally complete now. He found the
He got a
rolls.
loot.
He got his loot. His character's journey has been completed.
So there's a circle under the phone. There's points.
I'm wondering if we cut off the water at each of these points, this one will shut down.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah.
Did the portal change at all from the one being cut off, other than the bones moving a little bit?
No, not really. There's just there's a little pool at the base of the portal that might have dropped a 1/16 of an inch. But again, there's quite a few rivers we're running into.
Yeah.
So
I think we need to start cutting them off.
it's very possible to do. I just need athletics checks from everybody.
All right.
You'll supervise.
I will say these rolls are not to check if you succeed, since there is no time limit. This is how long it's going to take you to succeed.
If I do a performance of the Rocky theme song, would that training montage help in any way, or
It would make it more visually appealing for the person who eventually writes the hip hop version of this historical moment.
all right. Athletics, you said.
Yes, everyone
I will-
that's helping. I just need to know athletics checks from everybody that's helping.
I will hum the Rocky theme song while doing this.
Oh. Disadvantage cut that down from a 23 to a 14. To 14.
Okay.
Vala got a 10.
Okay.
17.
All right. Good. Commander, are you helping out?
No, not at all. Not with a 1. No.
Gotcha.
Actually, I take that back. Mine was a 7.
All right. So anyone who rolled and got lower than a 10, you have a level of exhaustion. And
That didn't help.
yeah, which is why I asked whoever was actually helping, because they're it takes you the better part of the day to move all these rocks into place, but you eventually are able to do it. Some of you are very much worn out from the experience, but as you could cut off the last of the rivers, you watch as the center puddle drains completely.
Everyone back up.
Yeah.
Yep. Leopold, this is where things can get dicey.
He pulls his sword.
Last time, the portal imploded on itself.
I will say you guys probably would have had a break in there somewhere, so we can treat it as if you guys got a short rest. If anyone wants to burn hit dice, you can.
I will.
Never give
That-
me DM says that.
That is,
It's more the fact that you guys just wasted like 6 to 8 hours of your day.
Okay.
By that point, you should have had at least a short rest.
Yeah.
Do my button. Oh. No, 3. Guy.
Forget. Do you add your con mod for that, or just roll the dice?
It's the dice plus your con.
It's okay.
I hope so, because my app
I-
auto did it for me.
ooh, I would also play a Song of Short Rest. A
to
very
be-
slow orchestral version of the Rocky theme song.
So, do we roll that individually, or do we roll that?
I think I rolled that. Where is it?
I'll just say I was leaning up on the dragon with the loot, so I'll just say I was there.
4.
Okay, then I will not use that last hit die. 'Cause that brings me within 2 of max.
I mean, I'm within 4 because my HP is reduced, but I'm good.
All right. So you guys all do that. Again, the center kind of cavity is drained now. What do you guys want to do?
I guess I'm gonna look at that center cavity.
Okay, you gonna actually walk up to it, or
How far is it from the portal?
the center cavity is directly beneath the portal.
Okay, I'll walk up to like 10 feet where Lillian and Nameless were before and just kind of look.
Okay. From 10 feet away from it, you see that there seems to be some kind of like shaft or something going down.
I just kind of look over at them and I'm just like, it's like with the tree, there's a pit.
Pits are fun.
You see a bottom of the pit?
Oh, with that.
I mean, I have one too.
Okay. In order to actually look down into it, you're going to have to get to the edge of it. Otherwise, you're just seeing at an angle, and you just see it goes down.
Okay, then I'll get within 5 feet.
Okay.
Kind of staying away from the actual portal, but look down.
I will hand her a rope
Okay.
and then hold back.
All right.
And I will get my sword side no matter who holds it until it happens to me.
Sorry. Did your sword what?
Did it grow?
Oh.
No matter who holds it until it happens to me.
It has to be you because it's part of being attuned to it.
I do have a torch, so it's okay.
I can cast light on a coin.
Oh, that'll work better.
So I'll cast light on a coin and flip it to her.
Okay. So I just kind of hold the coin out. Do I see a bottom?
How far does the light go? Is it 30 feet?
I think it's 20, right?
20. Bright light for 20, and then dim light for 20.
Okay, so looking down while holding it, at the very, very bottom, right where you are, you can see that it looks roughly about 20 feet down. There is a bottom which is flat, fairly obviously man-made because it's too flat to be natural. However, because of the angles of the light and everything, you basically can only see a small, like 5-foot circle of the light there, with the source of the light at the top.
I see a bottom. It's about 20 feet down.
You can drop the coin for better light.
Yeah, I know. I'll drop the coin at that point.
Okay, as it goes down, it illuminates a decent part of this room, and one of the things it illuminates is the ground itself has something on the ground itself is reflecting the light. Like, have you ever seen like slug slime, where if you point the light at it, it's shiny?
Yeah.
Same kind of basic thing. But whatever's reflecting the light is very obviously arcane and runic in nature.
There's something reflecting the light. It reminds me of arcane bullshit.
Well, who wants to go down first?
Don't everybody.
Yeah, so no one speaks up.
I'll go down first.
Okay, I'm following you.
So how are you gonna get down? You have a rope. Is someone gonna hold it? Are you gonna tie it to something? What?
We tie to this rock, maybe, or is that too far?
How much rope do you have?
50 feet.
Yeah, 50 foot
Okay, well,
rope.
to circle the rock itself, you're gonna need probably 40 of the feet to just wrap around the rock.
So 10.
I have 50 feet.
Okay. So amongst all of you, you guys are able to fashion something that seems as a solid, big old 20-foot high rock. Doesn't seem to be going anywhere. And you start lowering Lillian down first, and that is where we are going to end it for tonight. I want to thank anyone that tuned in. If you missed any of the episode, or you want to see the rest of this campaign, it's on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/TrainerJody. Otherwise, we play this campaign basically every other Wednesday, right here at 9 p.m. Central Time. So feel free to tune in a couple weeks. Otherwise, that's all for me today, and I will see you guys next time. All right? Bye-bye.